morning. It is time for coffee and crowdfunding. I have my coffee here. I am Laser. And right now, I have 4 live crowdfunding campaigns. I'm so proud of everybody that is live right now. Jenny and Ed and Alyssa and who else is live right now? Lauren. You're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you. But I know that most of my campaigns are live right now because it's getting to the end of the year and people have launched and then they're holding for the rest of the year, which is great. If there anybody is here who has questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. But I think, I don't think there is anybody here with questions. But if you are, please let me know. And in that case, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, for anybody who isn't currently working with me, what it is like to work with me. Last week, I talked about the timeline of launching a Kickstarter project, how far in advance you need to be planning. This week, I want to talk to you about how I can help if you are interested in having somebody to help you. So a little bit about me. My name is Laser. I started crowdfunding in 2014 for my band. And then we had a lot of success at it. It helped music become our full-time job. And then we I decided that because it was something that came kind of naturally to me, I would start helping other people. So I did some math this week. I've launched almost 40 campaigns. I've raised $1.8 million for art. Number may not be that impressive if you're looking at like technology or that kind of campaigns like cool wallets or coolers. But I do all independent art campaigns. So music, books, small games, small films, and that's just people who don't have a big company behind them and who are looking to make their own thing directly with their audience. And that is what I specialize in. So I have a lot of fun doing it. And if you want to work with me, the things that I can help you with are connecting directly with that audience and making sure that you get all your questions answered and that when you launch your project, it is the best that it can be, the whole process. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of what it's like if you reach out to me and you want to work with me. So the first thing that happens if you reach out to me is that I'll probably send you an email. And that email will include these questions. This is like my private document, but this is my pre-consultation email and questions. And these are the basic things that I want you to answer. Who are you and what is the short pitch for this project? What are you trying to make? And who are you? What all do you need to fund with this project? Where does this money need to go? What is your monetary goal and is it flexible? And some people don't know this yet, and that's totally fine. You don't know how much money you need yet because you don't know how to budget for your first independent album, your first independent book. That's totally fine. What are your other goals with this project? Now, I kind of hide this in the middle, but this is actually the most important question for me. Why are you making art? Because you want to change the world, because you want to elevate your career, because you want to make $1 billion, because you are looking for the next big step, because you want to get signed, whatever your goals are, I really want to know. How many fans and followers do you have and how do you communicate with them? So this is another really big question for me. Do you already have an audience? Do you need to build an audience before we launch? I need to know this information because this building your audience is part of the crowdfunding process, or having an audience is part of the crowdfunding process. If you don't already have an audience, we need to build one before you launch. Do you have a mailing list and how big is it? If you have a mailing list, we are well on our way. What is the target audience for your project beyond your existing fans and followers? So do you know who is going to like your thing. It can't be everybody. Obviously, nothing is for everybody, but young people, people who like games, whatever it is, tell me what it is. Who likes your stuff? What is your timeline if you have one already? Obviously, I need to know that. And what are your strengths and weaknesses in budgeting, marketing, social media planning, and other Kickstarter related skills? So this is really important to me because I can help fill in these gaps in a lot of different ways. Take a sip of coffee. So some people come to me and they're really good already at communicating with their audience on social media. And what they really need help with is logistics like budgeting, timelines, knowing how to use the Kickstarter platform. Some people come to me, and most of the people that come to me are really good at making art, but they're afraid to reach out to their audience. They don't know how much is too much to talk to their audience. They don't know. They're afraid to sell. They don't want to be annoying. That is totally, totally normal. They want some reassurance that they're doing the right thing. And that is where I come in. That is totally fine, because I have a lot of practical advice, and then I've turned it into some like really practical checklists, so that not only will I give you some like yes, no, this is kind of the philosophy behind it. I'll also give you just like post this many times on this platform. This is yes, this is no, so that in between the philosophy and the rules, you can figure out what you need to do. All right, so that's what I'll do. I'll tell you to fill out this pre-consultation email. And then if it seems like we're going to be a good fit from this, I will tell you how we can work together. So I don't want to work with you if it doesn't seem like I can help you. And there are a few people who it doesn't seem like I can help. People who aren't making art, for example, people who are just making a product, whose audience isn't about connection, but is instead about needing an app or needing a camera app or something like that, that isn't about a personal connection with your audience. That's not for me. That's not what I'm an expert in. And so that's not going to be where I can help you. If it doesn't seem like you're willing to do some work, I'm probably not going to be there for you. You can't just hire me to run your social media. You can, but it costs a lot of money and you need a pretty big audience already. I generally speaking, I don't do the work for you. I am here to help you know what the work is, because really, really, truly, crowdfunding is about creating this relationship with your audience. Kickstarter, Patreon, Indiegogo. It's about have you connecting directly with the people who consume your art. And you don't want a person in the middle there translating what you mean. So I'm not gonna be in the middle. There is work. I have done a lot of it for you already, but in terms of, I have done a lot of the trial and error over the last 10 years, the failures, the research. I found a lot of good stuff for you, but I'm not going to do the work for you. So if you're the kind of person who expects things to just kind of appear, then I generally can figure it out from this, and I'm probably not going to be encouraging you to work with me. But yes, so if that works out, then I'm going to tell you a few ways you can work with me. And the main thing that I can provide for you is a really good structure. So the things that you need to do to succeed at crowdfunding: build your audience, develop a relationship with your audience, build a project, have a realistic goal, make some really great rewards, make an excellent timeline that makes sense, all of this customized to who you are as a creator, all of this customized to your real goals, your mission-driven project. And so once you have done this, I'll probably give you a link to have a quick conversation with me where we can talk one-on-one and chat about what exactly that's going to look like for you. And then I'll tell you about my program. Crush Your Kickstarter, which is a very aggressive name for just this little class, is where I have put together a full 8 hours, I believe, of video of everything that I know about crowdfunding. It is very organized, slightly more organized than trying to talk to me in person. As you can tell, my brain goes a little bit all over the place, even when I have a script. And it has all kinds of great stuff. So you'll get a video, you'll get a worksheet, and then in the video, I will be there and I will be talking you through your reward levels, just really practical information about each different step of your process. Things that have worked on the 40 different projects that I've worked on so far. There are tons of great worksheets. Let's see if I can open this in this window, or if it'll open. Yes, there are that you can fill out in your on your computer. There are all kinds of great stuff like that. So, but you're not going to be doing this course alone. So while you're doing and watching these courses and videos, you'll do this according to the call that we had. But also, anytime you do a worksheet, anytime you have questions, you can just drop me an email, and there will and ask those to me. You can email me your homework for feedback. You can also come. I have office hours every week where if you want some live feedback for what you're doing, or if you have any questions, you can come to my office hour or send me information if you can't make it to the office hour live, and I will go through and give you feedback on what you're working on. So the class is it's this at your own pace. You can do it in the evenings. You can do it on the weekends. You can do it all in one day. If you're really wild, you can do it over the course of 6 months because you'll have access to all of it as soon as you sign up. But you can also interact with me whenever you need to. Then there are 2 sections in the course where you will have you'll have a call with me right after you've finished your audience building and you're getting into and you have framed your project. You'll sit down and have a call with me about what you've done so far and what you're doing next. And before you launch your Kickstarter project or your crowdfunding project, your Patreon project, you'll have another call with me so that we can make sure that everything is looking good. So you could theoretically be doing your homework, sending me your worksheets every time you finish them. So getting an email back from me saying, yes, this is good, you need to change that. So that's about 20 emails during the project. You could be talking to me every week during office hours. And then you could be, then you get the first call when you, after you reach out to me from my website, and then 2 more calls during the class. So there's lots of personal interaction, and it's really fun for me. I will say that, because I love seeing people succeed at crowdfunding projects. I love seeing the amazing different art that you're making at all different levels. So I'll show you a few different things that I have going on right now. Jenny making her very first album, which is amazing. She is she's an incredible artist, and this is the first time she's ever recorded a record. Ed, who is a Marvel creator, who is making his first Kickstarter for a comic book. Then I've got all kinds of great people I've worked with before. The Galaxy Electric went through my class and funded their first Kickstarter for a vinyl project. Dragon, Saladin Ahmed funded an incredible comic book as well. It went really, really well. We've got other incredible projects, all different sizes. I mean, whether you want to do something pretty small, like is something in the $5,000, $8,000 level, or you want to be ambitious and go 20, 150. I mean, it really depends on the size of your audience and the size of your project, but I am here for you and I would love to be a part of it. So yeah, you can see information about my course at course.lasercampaigns.com. You can email me at lasermelinaweber@gmail.com if you want to start getting started and figuring out what your next steps are. I will say, please get in touch sooner than later because it's a process. You can't just start this course and expect to launch tomorrow. You need a good amount of time, and you can see that in the last video that I posted. Yeah, but I would love to work with you. I'm a lot of fun. See, my morning hair here during office hours is a good time. And I would really enjoy it if you wanted to reach out. So thanks so much, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.